Hello everyone, my name is Havian and today I'll be talking to you about Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. Thanks to all the information releasing at Gamescom, I've been able to take a better look at the game's combat and I've noticed a few things that some people may find interesting. I mentioned in the previous video that characters can change between two weapons that each have their own set of skills, but now we can have a bit of a closer look at some of them. Here we can see that Sinon has the AMR Tiamat sniper rifle and the Sturm KZ submachine gun. In terms of skills, Tiamat has Explosive Shot, Hawkeye, Phantom Bullet and Sentry Style, and the Sturm KZ has HP Recovery Shot, Conceal, Speed Form and Curing Field Shot. As I mentioned before in another video, each of these skills seem to have a level attached to them. I'm not sure if these weapons drop with fixed skills attached to them or if you slot them in yourself like in the previous games, but it does seem like you can increase the level and effectiveness in some way. Gadgets are also something that's included in the loadout. At first glance, gadgets seem to work like items worked in the previous games, but this time they have a cooldown and they're not consumable. Sinon's gadget set in this demo is an anti-ailment kit, a first aid kit and a plasma grenade. Since none of these have a level attached to them, I assume they'll always be useful and will probably scale with your character's level, but it does look like you'll only be able to equip 4 of them at a time. In terms of weapon skills, in this video we can see that Asuna has a charge attack with assault rifles that ends in some kind of a close range attack. It seems like even guns will have interesting abilities attached to them, like ones that can bring you closer into melee range. But going into melee range with a gun may not seem like something that's gonna be useful, but some of the range weapons may be more geared towards close range combat. So weapon switching after moving in close could end up being useful if you want to combo with another weapon. So let's say Asuna used the charge attack, then weapon switched into a shotgun after that, dealing some close range damage. That could probably be something that would be effective as a combo. We've seen Kirito's pistol and sword weapon set in a previous video. In the current build of the game, those weapons have Power Form 1, which I assume is an attack buff, Electrodynamic Stunner 1, which seems to stun the enemy causing it to topple, and the sword skill's Dual Orbital 2, which flies towards the enemy while spinning with the sword and shooting with the pistol at the same time, and Vorpal Strike 2, that seems to be a chargeable thrust with the sword. It looks like Leafa can use a sword too, but I'm not sure what abilities she has at the moment. It looks like she has a sword skill that Kirito doesn't have on his weapons. It appears to be a mid-air triple slash that leaves 3 red claw marks at the end of the attack. I guess hopefully when they show more info on the other characters we'll know exactly what it is. It may not be the best of images, but here we have a small peek at what some of the menus in the game look like, and there are some interesting things to see. We can see that the equipable gear will be similar to the way things are done in Lost Song and Excel World vs Sword Art Online. This time you'll be able to carry 2 weapons that can be switched mid-combat, and you'll be able to equip costumes. I doubt the costumes will have any stats, but you'll be able to equip 2 accessories as well, which I'm sure will have different stats and abilities on them. But one thing worth noting is the equipment weight. I'm not sure if weight is only based on your equipped weapons, or what impact weight will really have, but it will be interesting to see if it has any effect on the character even if the heavier weapon is not currently in the character's hand. Would a character equipped with a sword and a rocket launcher move slower than a character with a sniper rifle and a pistol? There are a few ways weight could be used to affect the game, but we will need to see a bit more information before we know for sure. On the left we can see some of the character's stats. We can't actually see what the stats are, but I wonder if we'll need to manually allocate our stat points after we level up, or if those will be auto-assigned to our characters. If we can allocate our own stats, then I hope there's a way to reallocate them if we make a mistake, even if it's pretty expensive to do so. We can see in this that Sinon is level 20, but below that it says CP. I'm not sure if that's the currency or the points that may be used to allocate stats, but I'm sure we'll find out what these actually are when they start to show more of the game. What we can see from another menu are the weapon stats. Based on this we can see that sniper rifles are much heavier than handguns, obviously. Some of the image has been cut off, but it looks like snipers have a weight of 1,600 and handguns have a weight of 200. I could be way off with the actual numbers since I can't see everything, but we can see for sure that snipers are much heavier than handguns, obviously. But how this impacts the gameplay remains to be seen. The next weapon stat is effective range. I assume this stat influences how far an enemy can be from you before your weapon starts to become ineffective. I'm not sure how it will work in this game yet, but I'd imagine being too far could cause your damage to drop off, or it could also mean that being too far may stop bullets from reaching the enemy. The next stat is rate of fire. This should show how fast your weapon can fire its shots. And the next stat is accuracy. Now with accuracy, I'm hoping that this is just a stat for your weapon's recoil, and it's not a stat that will force your shots to miss even if your aim is perfectly on target. So since a few of you are still asking this, I feel like I should mention this again. They haven't mentioned what the character creation or customization is going to be like yet. The game was only announced a week ago, so I'm sure there's still plenty more they have to show. I know we all want to know more, but I'm sure we're going to find out soon. In the end, you might be able to play as your own character, or it might be a customized version of Sinon and Kirito. But since nothing has been said officially, all we can do is speculate based on the information we currently have. But with that being said, there is something that caught my eye. It could mean absolutely nothing, but in the reveal trailer, there was another concealed character that was running with Sinon and Kirito. My question is, if this scene happens in the game, then why include an extra character with their face hidden if that character isn't important in some way? It looks like the character is wearing the same clothes as one of the custom characters in the same trailer, so maybe there's some hope. But just remember, this is all just speculation and nothing about that has been confirmed. Nothing confirmed. From what I've seen so far, this game is gonna be a different experience for existing players of the series. There are some systems in place that make it easier for people that are not used to shooters, but in the end I think they're going to continue making different games based on the different worlds in the SAO universe. I have said this before, but continue to expect to see one game based on Sword Art Online, then another on Alfheim Online, and now Gun Gale Online, and then possibly any of the other games they play in the novel. They'll probably just keep doing them on rotation, and people will pick the ones they enjoy playing, and some people will just play all of them. Even though these games share the Sword Art Online name, the SAO, ALO, and now GGO games are all very different. But hey, that's all the information I have for you now. But as always, when I come across new information, I'll be sure to pass it on to you. If you enjoy this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it if you want to see more. If you want to view my live streams, then follow me on Twitch. And if you want to stay up to date with everything I'm doing, then be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The links to those are in the description. I will be making some more videos very soon, but until I make those videos, I'll see you all later.